We got some pep talk from Akira. And I can't remember actually, I think we spent time with Irie as well? Right? And we're just like, I don't know, just going through our feelings about this. Well, actually, yeah, Irie, Misaki, and Akira, right? Those three waifus. We talk with them. I wonder if they would still hang out with us if we didn't, choose to be with them last time, right? Because we did have that choice before, and we get to pick again whether or not to engage our time with them. So, and I wonder if you can just choose specific ones to hang out with, and will that affect anything? You know, because we did give because from specifically from Akira, she's like, make up with Ryui and stuff, right? And I wonder if we didn't have that conversation with her, well, would we be able to make up with Ryui now? I actually don't know. What's gonna happen? But for now, we're at our apartment. It's still light out by the time I return. The day stretches ahead of me, full of possibilities that don't actually exist. I could study, if there was any point in doing so. I could hang out with my friends, if I hadn't already screwed them over somehow. I should just talk to them, honestly, and apologize. At the very least, hear their side of the story, try to understand what exactly is going on in their minds. And yet, I don't. Even I'm not completely sure why. The only clue lies in this nagging thought in the back of my mind. Maybe it's better that I don't know you. Maybe it's better if they didn't have to blow off classes in order to find vague clues for an even vaguer case. Maybe it's better if they weren't forced to deal with some depressed kid who never got over his sister's death. Maybe their lives would be easier. This is depression talk. Saying that your life doesn't have any value and all that shit. If that's the case, the only thing I can do for anyone, really, is to solve this case. I guess so. Solve this case and stay out of the way. It's dangerous, though. It's dangerous thinking, Yama. You should have at least someone you can trust. Otherwise, if you try to do everything on your own, well, things won't end well. The key lies in my lapse. Everything could change depending on what I saw last night. You're a coward. We'll see about that. I need to know why that exchange took place and what it meant. I break out of my train of thought, pondering my next course of action. If the doctors can be trusted, all I need is a strong trigger, something that can give my brain a nice kick, like a bloody corpse. Right. Easy. But do you have do you have any, do you have like a plan after you initiate that lapse or anything? Are you gonna like tell you something that you're gonna write notes, or what's your plan here, Yama? I raise my phone, hands shaking. Nausea churns in my stomach as I bring up my browser's search engine, switching the mode to images. I can do this. For Ryui, for Masato, Yahiko, Mr. Ryota, Shigure, for the people who've died. For Mizu. I tap the screen with finality. And it's like his search history? Or rather... Actually, let me go back. Browser's search engine. Oh, I thought it was a search... Oh, okay, I thought he was looking for his history? Because I was thinking maybe when he has those memory lapses, he might have taken pictures, but that doesn't make sense. He's just looking up... Well, he's just googling pictures, I guess, of, gruesome scenery floods my pupils, pulsing to my brain like black oil. It wraps around me, strangling my breath out of my lungs, laughing softly in my ears. Too late. I struggle against it, But the empty eyes, the wash of organs and veins, it sends my head reeling. I vaguely feel myself turn over, retching. A lapse pushes at me, but I push back, reaching into the furthest depths of my mind. Remember, remember, remember. You can do it. A clear high voice pierces through the haziness of my mind. What? I know you can do it. I dump into the yard of some primary school, where there's grass and trees and no towering monoliths or skyscrapers. It's most definitely a suburb. I'm sitting on a swing, and a tiny girl with legs that don't even reach the ground is on the swing next to me. She's a brave one. With every extension of her legs, she pushes higher and higher until she's almost horizontal with the bars. Then I realize that I'm also tiny and my own legs don't reach the ground. Oh, this day. I remember it well. So I guess Yama is aware that he's having this flashback while having the flashback, I guess. Much like when you're dreaming, you realize that you're dreaming. I remember it to the point of painstaking detail. I remember how the sun felt on my face, how the flowers sang in the wind, how the delighted shrieks of children were a soundtrack that played endlessly in the background. I remember despising it all, because no one should have been happy. Not when I had to move, not when adults kept saying things I didn't understand, not when Mizu was gone. So when they come, just tell them, okay? The girl's cheery voice broke me out of my thoughts. I was barely swaying back and forth on the swing, a comical juxtaposition to her vivid enthusiasm. Okay. It was not okay. I was not okay. I will not just tell them, but as a child I very quickly learned that saying okay was the easiest thing to do. Saying okay made people happy. Saying okay made people leave you alone. But this girl was an exception. As she swung down, she suddenly ground her heels into the bark mulch beneath her feet. Wood chips sprayed at me. I promptly leapt to my feet, yelping in indignation. Here's that word again, indignation. Hey! The girl jumped from her swing, landing in front of me. When she stood up, her hair seemed to glow like fire in the sunlight. Promise? I mean, crazy girl. I assume this is Ryui, or... Well, this is before he moved, right? So this is in Isamu, right? So I don't know if this is Ryui. I flicked bits of bark off of my elementary school uniform, nodding dully. Dolly? Okay. Pinky promise? She stuck out a hand. I shoved mine in my pockets. Okay. You aren't pinky promising. Cross my heart. Hope to die? I didn't speak because I suddenly felt funny. The girl's eyes widened. Oh, maybe you shouldn't hope to die. Your sister's already dead. She said this solemnly, and as a 7-year-old I had absolutely no concept of political correctness, so I only shrugged. Yeah. It's okay. There's lots of trampolines in heaven. Trampolines and flowers. Okay. And the girl, through with saying her piece, leapt back onto her swing and continued her crazy quest to the top. I only made shapes in the bark mulch with the tip of my shoe. Suddenly, the girl hunched her knees to her chest and pointed frantically in the distance. Hey, they're coming, hey! I shrank against the swing. I didn't need to look where she was pointing. I already knew what lay in that direction. Come on, Yama, get up! No. You promised. No, I didn't. Yes, you did. You just promised. No, Hey, Popehead! I stiffened and glanced meekly at the newcomers. 4 older children, bigger in every dimension, with glittering eyes and smiles that were far too cheery for this time of day, or any time of day for that matter. You're stupid, Poophead. Yeah, why don't you play like us? He doesn't even talk to anyone. Just stares at those freaky freak eyes. Like his freaky freak name. Yama, what a stupid Poophead name. It's a mountain. The crazy girl slammed her shoes into the ground again, spraying mulch at them. They didn't even flinch, instead they grinned widely. Oh, he's with a girl. Having fun with your little girlfriend, freaky freak? I only hunched my shoulders and took the abuse. The girl, on the other hand, curled her fingers into fists and crouching aggressively. Hey, he's not my boyfriend. We don't kiss yet. Okay, so it is Ryu. Okay, let me just look back. So we are at the suburbs, right? Because I think Yama mentioned that he didn't move yet, or he already moved? Not when I had to move. Okay, so he meant like he already did move. That's why, yeah. And I guess, yeah, he's sad about Mizu. And this crazy girl is Ryui. How sweet. Yama and Ryui sitting in a tree. K-I-S-S-I-N-G. I bet he got the cooties from her. I don't have cooties. You don't get too close, guys. You might get some. Run away. As the girl, Ryui lunged after them. The four split and ran circles around her, laughing rackishly. Rockishly? Raucously? Hey guys, I came up with a song. Yama Yama needs his mama. Freaky freak just like a llama. Yeah, what's a llama? Doesn't matter. Yama Yama needs his mama. Freaky freak just like a llama. Needs a girl to fight. Cause he has no might. They slapped their hands together, laughing cruelly, as I fought to keep the sting out of my eyes and throat. Okay. I said this placidly. Saying okay will make them happy. Saying okay will make them leave me alone. But just as they were about to lose interest, Ryui socked one of them straight in the face with her fist, rage twisting in her cherubic features. Her target collapsed to the ground, sniveling, but the rest only laughed. Ah, you hit like a girl. Is that the best you can do? Freaking his freaking girlfriend. I'm not his girlfriend. What on earth is going on? A teacher jogged over the scene, followed by a crowd of twittering students. Ryui's eyes lit up, thinking that help was coming. I only continued to stare at my shoes. I knew what would happen. A teacher, these four bullies are... A teacher, Yama hit me. Look at him, teacher. I think he's gonna die. Yama's not being nice. You said we should be nice, right? At the flip of the switch, the bullies had transformed into a pile of sniveling closest victims to the odious freaky freak. The teacher examined the scene before her. Pursing her lips, the crowd awaited her judgment. Even at 7 years old, I already knew what it would be. Yama, I understand all the bad feelings you must be dealing with, but you can't hit people, okay? Infuriated, Ryu jumped in front of me, yelling at the top of her lungs. They're lying, teacher! I hit him! The teacher smiled tenderly at her. Ryui, I know that you're very nice and you want to protect Yama, but he needs to take responsibility for his own mistakes. Yama, come with me. We need to see the principal. Okay. I silently got to my feet and passed through the crowd to her side, still staring at my shoes. I could hear the bullies snickering in the background. But Ryui grabbed at my sleeve, whispering softly but intensely. You know what? I'm gonna ask Mommy and Daddy. I'm gonna ask them how to get back at those poop heads. They'll be sorry. Just you wait. She released me. The teacher led me away, a proper criminal, to the execution block. I tried to forget the encounter, to strangle the hope that was rapidly rising in me. Sooner or later, she would get tired of me. Sooner or later, she would decide to leave. Sooner or later, she would just be another face in the crowd, calling me Freaky Freak. She never did. She moved cities and started attending the academy. I followed her out, all the while expecting that one day she realized that she didn't have to be with a freak. She could have any friend she wanted. And on that day, I would have moved to Izumu for nothing. But that day never came. I guess, yeah, Ryui was there for us ever since the beginning. And someone's knocking on our door. I wake blearily to a hammering, dull sound, almost like someone's pounding at my door. Open up, Yama Ishimoto, I know you're in there. Come and get the door, you bloody prat. Oh, you bloody prat, Elizabeth? I allow myself a moment to take in my surroundings. Looks like it's already nighttime. How long have I been out? I don't mind we can break this down! Every attack on the door drives further into my headache, making me wince. What is Elizabeth even doing at my apartment this hour? Yeah, I thought she was the police or something, but I guess it's just Elizabeth. Just quiet down for a second, okay? The pounding stops, finally. Turning on the lamp, I glance around. At some point, I throw my jacket on the ground. Thankfully, there's no vomit or other body disturbs to be seen. Or smelled. Did I fall unconscious? Did nothing else happen? I'm waiting! 5 minutes, Your Majesty! I struggle to my feet and head to the door. A sudden dizzy spell knocks me over. I barely catch myself on the kitchen counter in time, but as a result, my hand slips on a cup, sending it crashing to the ground. I wince as the harsh sound scrapes against my eardrums. Porcelain rockets to every corner in the room, skittering across the tile. Good God! What's going on in there? Dots spin in front of my vision as I struggle to the doorway. Something cuts in my foot. I roughly shake it out. Finally, I manage to open the door. Elizabeth's dour glare probably melts into shock. Yama? Happy? I stoop to pick up the porcelain, but my foot twinges with pain. Wincing, I crouch to the ground and examine my heel. Why are you bleeding? I point wordlessly to the shards of the cup. Elizabeth sighs, gingerly plucking them from the corners and dumping them into the trash. You seem to be getting into these scrapes quite often. Hey, it's not every day I break a cup. She ponders this silently. It's only then when I actually clock the time. What are you even doing here? No, actually, how do you know where I live? She flicks the last of the shards into the trash can, then turns to me, hands on her hips. Is that really what matters right now? Look, first we need to take care of your foot. Where's your first aid kit? I could tell her or make her leave, I guess. This is also another waifu moment. Yeah, why not? I mean, she seems worried. Like, why is she here? I don't, did she find out something about us? Did we tell her to come here in our laps or something? I wordlessly point to the medicinal cabinet in the kitchen. Bottom shelf, next to the stove. She crisply strides to the cabinet, pulling a pipe of antibacterial ointment and a gauze wrap. Foot. I can bandage it myself. I can do it better. Are you seriously turning this into a competition? That wasn't what I... Just stick out your leg. I don't have the will to argue with her. I silently extend my foot. She wets a towel and dabs it against my heel. You're lucky that this is a shallow cut. It's not even any glass in it. Sure. She expertly slicks the ointment, then binds the injury with the wrap, as if she's done so 1,000 times. The fluidity of her emotions are almost hypnotizing. I guess, has she done this before? Does she, like... Or is she, I don't know, like, I guess there are, like, first aid classes. I assume... I mean, she seems like the overachiever type, so maybe she just... She did very well in the first aid class or something, I don't know. As she finishes, she suddenly speaks, her voice unusually soft. Why were you at the train station yesterday? I freeze at her words, withdrawing my foot and taking a step back. Train station? Did she see me with Ryui? Is this about Shoji's death? I decide to stick with a cautious answer. Ryu was planning on commuting from home, so she had to take her stuff to the train station, and I was just... That's not what I meant, Yama, and you know it. Why were you at the scene where an academy student died? My mouth runs dry. I work to speak past the ache in my throat. What? Shoji. Shoji Hasegawa. He died at that train station and you were there. How do you know that? Would you just tell me? Why were you there at that exact moment? The pressure from her words bears down on me heavily. I make my way over to the couch and take a seat. Were you there too? Yama, just answer. How did you know? Why are you always so insufferable? I might not be your best friend, but don't you trust me? Just one whit? My exhaustion my nausea, my dizziness, it culminates into a lump of long-ridden resentment. Insufferable? I'm the one who was insufferable? I was just a normal student in a normal class. I didn't cause trouble. I didn't bother anyone. Who bothered whom first? Who insulted whom first? Who was the person who pretended to be my friend? I wasn't pretending. I was trying to help you. Oh yeah, you were an angel, nagging and criticizing and micromanaging me. You should have just done my homework for me. Let me ask you, did I ever ask for your help? Did I ever ask for you to tell me that I was trash at everything? Look, I'll admit that I made some mistakes, but I was trying to help you. Well, I thought so too, until that project. Don't tell me that I'm insufferable. You're the one who started it. Elizabeth bristles visibly and grabs my shoulder. Her breath is hot against my face. A current of lavender and vanilla brushes against my cheek. What did you expect? Did I think I would baby you around, or did you think I would baby you around? You dumped that project. You left me to do everything. You don't know how many all-nighters I had to pull just to get that bloody poster done in time. That poster isn't even what? Worth anything? It was worth a grade, Yama, and grades are money. More than that, it was the CityLink project that was worth 50% of our grade. I blink in surprise at this fact. Honestly, I never checked the syllabus. The fact that one project would be worth so much is alien to me. Big mistake, Yama. You should check how much each of the projects are worth. Elizabeth quiets and releases my shoulders, sitting down on the opposite end of the couch and folding her hands in her lap. CG! To you, coming to this school is just pocket change. Well, not exactly. My parents aren't billionaires or anything. Maybe, but you can slack and you'll come back another semester. You can scrape by at the bare minimum and stay assured that you'll remain a student. But I need to work for it, so that I'm not a burden on my father. He's already so busy with work, the house, and with me. Education is just out of the question. She seems to shrink inwardly, looking oddly defeated. I try to work past my shock and phrase my next question delicately. Your mom doesn't send help? She's dead. Oh. Yeah, makes it a bit difficult. Just a little. She recovers and stares me in the eye. You already know that I'm a part-timer at the cafe, even while I keep up the illusion of being rich to others. But the absolute best thing I can contribute is maintaining an academic scholarship at the academy. My cynical side can't help but laugh. Scholarship? Who would work so hard to come to a school like the academy? Well, one person that comes to mind is Masato, right? And he comes from a humble background too, you know? But at the same time, if I'm fair, I know that's one of the best high schools around. Just shows you just how much quality of education has deteriorated since the Depression. To you, Yama, it may seem like I only cared about my grade. And yes, I was controlling. And I wanted to control every aspect of the project. But it wasn't just for a nice letter on a card, it was to keep my scholarship. If I had let things fly, I would have lost it. What? With you dropping the other end, the most I could have gotten in that course was 50 points. If that's worth half my grade, well, there goes the scholarship. I absorbed this quietly. Truthfully, I don't even know how to respond. I didn't know. I'm aware of that now. My grades are my livelihood. So is how I uphold myself about my peers, my extracurricular activities, my everything really. A full scholarship to a school like this is nothing to sneeze at. But then you're basically a slave to the school. Well, I won't deny it felt that way. A lot. But it doesn't matter. As long as I can win it back. She trails off, her eyes drifting to the distance. I nudge her. Win what? Oh, nothing. Yeah, that sure looks like nothing. Well, it's not important at the moment. What I want to know is why you were such an insufferable arse on that project. Loath as I am to admit it, you weren't completely awful until it started. Her subtle insults almost seemed to hold a teasing edge. It prompts me to reply honestly. Well, Your nagging was irritating, and your opinions were bad. But honestly, I didn't care that much until this one day where you mentioned my sister. Sister? She seems genuinely aghast at this nugget of information. You don't remember? I didn't even know you had a sister. Oh, interesting. At the time, I thought it was a deep insult. Oh, and your sister thought so too? Well, she's dead. Oh, I guess her mom's dead, my sister dead? It's kind of like, well, a bit hard. Just a bit. I'm sorry then, I didn't know. Was that why you dropped the project? Something like that. Well, it makes sense. A moment of silence falls between us as we work to process these revelations. Honestly, it feels pretty alien to share a civil conversation with Elizabeth. Up until just a week ago, we've been at each other's throats on a nearly daily basis. This really is like Pride and Prejudice, isn't it? What? Well, I've gone so long misunderstanding you. Well, so have I. I guess both of us are Mr. Darcy. And Elizabeth Bennet. I suppose everyone is, to some extent. You more than most, Miss half-English woman whose name is Elizabeth. And you as well, Mr. Takes his wealth for granted. Before I can respond to this, she clears her throat. But this is getting off topic. Seriously, Yama. I need to know why you were at that train station. My guard instantly rises. Even though Elizabeth doesn't seem to have any bad intentions, just the mention of the trauma puts me on alert. What do you need me to know? Or what do you need to know? Elizabeth rockets to her feet, her voice low as she glares down at me. Why? Because depending on your answer, you could be the primary suspect in the recent disappearances. A primary suspect? How would she know? Why would I was just... Do I need to spell it out? Katsu Kobayashi. He's a policeman. The one who found you in the forest a few days back, right around the time they found a body in that same forest. A mutilated body of a student that matched the pattern of the disappearances. Well, Katsu's in charge of Shoji Hasegawa's case at the train station, and what does he hear from his primary witness? That you were there. Of all bloody incompetent people, you somehow possess the intelligence and initiative to flawlessly kidnap and murder 4 to 6 people. I can't tell whether she's insulting me or fighting for my innocence. Not that it matters when she knows so much. How do you... She throws her hands up in the air. Fine. My father is the bloody superintendent of the bloody Isamu Police Department, and Katsu is a family friend. Now, will you tell me? I'm stricken speechless by this barrage of revelations. Elizabeth is the daughter of the police superintendent? Well, come to think of it, maybe she has superior knowledge of dressing wounds because her dad is the police superintendent. Pieces start falling into place. Elizabeth's atypical outlook on the killings, her systematic, her systematic behavior during the school investigation, how she knew how to handle a gun, even just in laser tag. Something makes sense about her. If you're wondering, no, my father doesn't blab about confidential information. I learned as part of an investigative process that involved Katsu interviewing me. What? I wasn't even thinking about that. Then why are you wasting time? Just tell me what you were doing at the station. Napping? I told you, I was just helping Ryui move. Those are the words I want to say, but can't. What was I doing? At the train station, I might have just fainted. But when I'm sleeping, when I'm lapsing, I have no clue what I'm doing. Elizabeth's frown flattens into neutral curiosity. Yama? I don't know. It's impossible to tell what's going on. Everything happened so quickly. The deaths, being drafted as an assistant and being fired, more deaths, fights, all over in the space of what, 9 days since school started? You're just being ridiculous. You either did something or you didn't. Look, just say that you couldn't have had anything to do with Shoji's death. What if I did? Then say that you did. Is it really that hard? Hard to admit that you could be a serial killer without even knowing? Yeah, I'd say that's pretty hard. Then again, she just thinks I'm joking. And what if I don't know? Her expression quiets as she seems to understand. You're not seriously entertaining this idea, are you? For God's sake, Yama, you, a murderer? That's a load of rubbish. Can't know that for sure. Oh yes, I can. Look, it's bloody impossible. Clearly, you're not the actual killer. You wouldn't be acting this way. Therefore, there's no reason that you would have anything to do with these killings. Stars above, for a rational person, you should sure do awful little thinking. Ironically enough, the bite in her tone is comforting. She sounds so confident, like I could never be guilty, like I would never be able to hurt someone. But she doesn't know about my lapses. She doesn't know that I could potentially be a completely different person. Look, you're many things, Yama, but a murderer is not one of them. You've got to believe that. If you don't, no one will. What if no one already does? Then you've got to show them. Show them who you are, show them what you can do. They'll doubt you, they'll fight you, maybe your friends will leave you, but you've got to fight back. I have no doubt that to any other person, her speech would be amazingly inspirational. To any other person, life changes will be made, and world views will be altered. I said world wheels? No, world views will be altered. But fighting back, involving people, doing something, that's what I've been doing for this past week. Uncovering, uncovering, investigating, taking initiative. And well, we saw how that turned out. Still, I have to admit that she stirs hope, even in someone like me. Her words make me want to leap up, to raise my fists, to fight back. I just don't know if they'll make things better or worse. Thanks, Elizabeth. She falters, her eyes widening. What? That's the first time you didn't call me Lizzie. Would you prefer that? Not particularly. It simply feels odd. Her eyes drift across mine, slowly, contemplatively. Contemplatively? I can't say words. Contemplatively. Contemplatively. Anyway. Well, done with your pity party. As close as I can, or as I can get to done, I suppose, Miss Bennett. Fair enough, Mr. Darcy. After all, I know how you enjoy your parties. Ah yes, I can tell by my acute desire to eat, drink, and dance the night away. Why, the night is scarcely young. Wait, it's midnight? She leaps away, pointing to my clock in clear horror. Oh, looks like it is. Good God, I have to get going, now. She hurriedly shoves the medicine back into the cabinet and scrambles to the doorway. I instinctively grab her sleeve. Wait, what's the... Let go, now. She doesn't look like she's going, so I quickly release her. Something dawns on me. Oh, academy curfew? What? No, I have a permit because of my father's job. Well, does this curfew even exist, or does everyone just ignore it? Then what is it? Homework? Sleep schedule? No, nothing like that. Shouldn't it be obvious? A girl in a boy's home? At a late hour? Ah, what? Just that? It's nothing to worry about. I have had plenty of girls over. What? You sound like a Casanova when you say it like that. Ryu was one of them. Heck, she even knows the key code to my door. But Elizabeth doesn't seem to take this as comforting. In fact, she turns white as a sheet. But plenty of girls? It's fine. People don't care around here. I care? Do you know what this could do to my reputation? She paces agitatedly, wringing her hands. Her worry is stressing me. Look, like I said, it's not a big deal. Guys have girls over all the time, and girls have guys over all the time. She stops in her tracks and stares at me. Oh, as friends. Well, what else would they be doing? Well, what else would they be doing, Yama? You tell me. No, you're asking because you don't know. That is generally why people ask questions, yes? And according to you, girls come over and guys come over and they just study or play games or eat dinner or whatnot. That's exactly... Wait, what were you thinking? My God, I can't believe we're having this conversation. She covers her face and rearranges her jacket, quickly opening the door. I'm just going to go. Now. I'm left flabbergasted as she slams the door in my face. I can't even get in a word. Well, that was abrupt. I swear I'll never know what's going on in that head of hers. Gah! It probably doesn't mean anything to you, Yama. But I believe in you. Before I can make a move, she promptly shuts the door again. This time I hear the rapid clink of her shoes against the apartment hallway as she strides out of the complex. She believes in me? Of all people, Elizabeth Oshiro believes in me. Well, that's just like the irony of life, I suppose. But I can't deny that it's reassuring, in the most bizarre way. She's more confident than I am in my own innocence. It feels nice to have someone like that on your side. A fighter, a warrior, someone who you know will tell the truth to your face, even if you don't want them to. I can trust her, weirdly enough. The boost to my mood gets me into an investigating mood, but I manage to stave it off. For now, I need to go to bed and get some rest. If I'm going to tackle this crime, I need to do it on an alert mind and a lot of sleep. Well, however, I'm tossed awake by the rattle of a jackhammer just outside my door. It's still dark out and my eyes are bleary. I rub at them and squint into the street. A handful of men, garbed in bright orange, are huddled around some crack in the middle of the road, surrounded by 3 large trucks. Definitely construction work of some kind. I fall back into my bed and jam my pillow over my ears, but it's futile. The noise pounds straight through my wall. No matter what way I turn, it continues to throw me from all sides. Aggravated, I leap out of the bed and head to my living room, kneading at the tension between my temples. Of all times to choose construction, did it really have to be at such an ungodly hour? I retreat to the living room and lie on the sofa, but sleep avoids me. Looks like it's gone for good. Well, clearly this isn't gonna work. I decide to just get up and start the day. Let's see. Breakfast? Fridge. Completely empty, of course. Well, to be fair, it's been a while since I've gone grocery shopping, but that does nothing to stop my growing irritation. This day looks like it'll be fantastic. I head to the door to pull on my shoes, but a sudden alert from my phone stops me in my tracks. Another message from the Crimson Crusade? Need a cleaver? I have not heard from you in some time, Mr. Troll. Is the night bothering you? Nights can often be unreasonable. No, I don't need another mysterious email. I don't need advice. I don't need any of this. Unreasonable? Wasn't there something about the case that was unreasonable? Come to think of it, maybe I should check into the independent killings again. From the sounds of it, those killings might have have a substantial connection to this case. Yeah, it was mentioned before when we visited Natsuki, and Shigure was quite fired up about it. But we really never did any research on it, though, ourselves. Well, I guess the internet exists for a reason. I withdraw my phone, running a search on the independent killings. Only a few options pop up. And when I tap on them, they never load, only spinning in place. What the heck? Well, yeah, didn't Natsuki mention that the police covered it up and stuff? I'd imagine that'd be hard though, unless I guess Isamu is quite a I don't know what the word is, but like if they censor the internet or something, that'd be interesting. Because usually, I mean, in modern times, in the present, in real life, you know, Japan doesn't have, as far as I know, they don't like censor the internet or anything, right? So it would be hard for any kind of government to cover up something like that, unless this is a alternate setting where the government has more power, right? In Japan, maybe. I don't know. I tap again, Refresh, restart my browser. Nothing. Or it could be like corporations maybe covering it up. Because yeah, it's either the government or maybe, I mean, if the internet's privatized, right? I could see like big companies like Lemniscator, maybe Lemniscate, you know, covering up those murders for one reason or another. My internet's fine. I checked the NNN website and loads within a second, but nothing of the independent killings. Seriously? The last thing I need is tech problems. Today seems to be one of those days where nothing goes right. I struggle to keep still, breathing deeply to stave off the irritation. My interrupted sleep, paired with a nagging twist of hunger, is starting to haze my brain. No, I need to fight this. First, I have to buy groceries and make some breakfast. Filling my stomach will help me think clearer. I head to the kitchen for my book of coupons. Technically, I'm not short on money, but it never hurts to save. It's one of the few things I can do for my parents. But when I look through the drawer, I find a phone tucked away in the back crevice. Interesting. A phone? What's a phone doing here? Curious, I pick it up, turning it over in my hands. I don't recognize it. It's the latest premium Lemniscate model, upscale even for my standards. Whoever owns this has to be a really rich kid. Is it the one, well, I mean, either it's like a different model, or is it is it similar to the one that we won? Or, yeah, similar to the one that we won from a raffle, right? And then we gave to, who was it? Misaki, right? I don't know if it's the same model, though. I try to switch the phone on, but nothing happens. Not even the empty battery indicator. Odd. Is it completely dead? I pry the back panel only to find that there's nothing where the battery should be. Weird. Looks like someone took out the battery. So now I've got this random phone, I have no idea where it came from. Wait, is this the model that Misaki was talking about before? Yeah, it was, wasn't it? That's what I was saying. It says here they're holding some kind of lottery drawing for weed. Not the one that you smoke, rather, but the phone. Nani? Why would they be giving that away at a drawing? I'm puzzled as well. Someone might explain what this weed is? WEED is just an acronym for Wall Electric Energy Director. It's a new Lemniscate cell phone that can run on power from a wall socket even without a battery. Oh, so I guess, yeah, it doesn't have a battery, but you can plug it in. That's right. If this is the new model that Misaki was raving about, I can just use my universal Lemniscate charger to turn it on. I plug the phone into the wall, holding my breath as I tap the switch. The wallpaper glimmers to life. A cheery group photo of 7 or so people taken in the school courtyard. What the? These faces are the faces of Shoji, Akane, Haru, and Yahiko. Huddled around them are 3 other students whom I don't recognize, but I think I've seen them around the cafeteria as the Happy Club. Could this be Yahiko's phone? No, he hasn't come over since last week. And even if he did, there's no reason he'd leave his phone here, much less without a battery. Then I noticed the phone has no lock system, no number code, no fingerprint recognition, no voice command. Something feels dirty about looking through someone else's personal information, but given the circumstances, it can't really be helped. Like a phone with those pictures. Maybe someone who was murdered, or at least killed. Maybe it belongs to them, this phone? I'm thinking Shoji, or Haru, or even maybe someone even before that, I don't know. We might have picked this up while we had our lapse, maybe. I hold my breath and slide the lock aside. A barrage of messages pops onto the screen, all from Yahiko. Bewildered, I filter through them. Yahiko Ikari, new messages? Dude, where are you? Dude, tell me right now. Haru, pick up your damn phone. Oh, it is Haru. It's Haru's phone. I'm coming, so help me. I'm coming, so help me. I'm coming for you, damn it. The phone slips out of my hands and clatters onto the counter. I stare at it, wordlessly, aghast. This is Haru's phone. What is Haru's phone doing in my apartment? Frantically, I check the timestamp of the messages. 2 nights ago, just an hour after the train incident. The train accident where Yahiko had allegedly been arrested and taken to the police. Was that why his words were so harsh? But then why did I see him in District 6 that night? Haru, Yahiko, Shoji, the lapse? What happened during that lapse? I stumbled to the couch, my vision spinning before my eyes. What's going on? Are we having a... I guess maybe we're not having another lapse, but we're remembering things from our lapse, maybe. Images shift in front of my eyes and overwhelm my vision. I'm in my apartment, but I'm out of my apartment. I'm in the present, but I'm in the past. Everything smells like iron. Iron, trash, smoke. I walk forward and the carpet against my feet turns to slime. District 6. I'm in District 6, I'm in my lapse. I stagger forward, blindly reaching for a hole on the wall. A garbage bin, anything. My shoes catch against something on the ground. I barely hold my balance. Just a few feet away lies a corpse, hewn with long, slender cuts over every inch of its skin, trickles of red seeping to the ground. A dark pool sloshes over the cement, sluggishly crawling towards my shoes. I step forward, fixed with morbid fascination, and peer into the corpse's mutilated face. That's a lot of stab wounds. No, what's Haru? Why is he? I have to be mistaken, I have to... Nausea kindles in my stomach. I'm struck still with shock, my limbs frozen to the ground. Iron fills my nostrils, strangling me. I'm sorry. My body is unmoving, still, rid of its suffering. I run. I sprint as fast as my legs will take me, weaving through buildings, streets until my lungs are pleading for air. My surroundings whistle past me, twisting into macabre. How you pronounce it actually? Macabre. Is it macabre? Right? Is that how you pronounce it? Macabre. Macabre images of mocking beasts. Too late. Always too late. Yama! I grind to a halt, struggling to keep a grip on my panic. Yahiko stands before me, his phone open and a light in his hand. He's pale in the moonlight, almost to the point of being a ghost. Yahiko? What are you doing here? We stare wordlessly at each other. Yahiko suddenly shakes his head, as if waving his thoughts away. Have you seen Haru? That depends on your definition of see. Now, that's probably the worst time to have a smart mouth, but I can't help myself. Have to find some cruel humor in the moment or I'll break. I saw what was left of him. You what? Yahiko's eyes search my face, but I'm unable to speak. He quickly grabs my shoulders. Then what are you doing? You shouldn't even be here. I scoff at this. No, really? Yahiko rifles his fingers through his hair agitatedly. Don't you dare tell anyone. His eyes are pleading, but the urgency in his words startles me. Why not? Look, no one can know about this. His evasiveness makes me wonder. It's almost as if he already knows that Haru died. Scared someone will find out? He falters, staring at me in disbelief. I'm trying to help you, dude. You have to get out of here, now. His voice is flat. I don't even know who I'm talking to. This is not the same Yahiko that I've known for 2 years. Why would I... Go! Leave! The intensity of his voice shocks me into obedience. I race away, fleeing to the safety of my apartment. I don't look back. I throw the door open and race to the bathroom, sagging against the toilet as nausea roils in my stomach. Haru's injuries flash before my eyes, inducing a fit of retching. Feels like hours before my body finally seems to calm down. What did I just see? My hallucination merges with reality. I'm hunched over the sink, staring emptily down the drain. Haru, mutilated to death. Yahiko in District 6 without any rhyme or reason. Everything is pointing to me, or rather, the uncountable alien in my body during the lapses. I guess, well, did we just stumble across that body? You know, or did we actually kill Haru? I don't know. Probably, I mean, I assume we just stumbled across the body, right? And Yahiko, yeah, he was just trying to protect us, you know? Because he probably knew when he was at the police station, he probably knew that Yama was like a suspect of the police, so he didn't want Yama to be at the scene of the crime, otherwise he'd be connected with the murders and he'd be falsely charged, you know? And of course, I assume, you know, Yahiko trusts us, right? He knows that we're not the murderers, so he tries to protect us. I think. He was still acting strange though after the incident, so I'm not sure. I'm not sure what his true intentions are, really. Gone. It's all gone. I'm too late. I can't, I shouldn't, I didn't. Mizu, Haru, Shoji. I stood by, I killed them. I killed them all. Blood. When there's enough of it, the metallic scent turns sweet. Almost like a rich, vibrant pool of paint. Paint that gets everywhere. That seeps into the walls, the cement. Paint. Art. I've never been much of an artist. Maybe if I was, Ryu would have stayed, but Ryu left. No, I chased her. I killed her. Just like I have with everyone else. I'm done. With all this. Too late. And there goes the bell. Finally, gosh, I thought that class would never end. What just happened? What just happened? Don't forget, big test tomorrow. Okay, I guess we're just back to normal slice of life. Haha. My class grows in unison, but I don't join them. I've accepted my fate. I'll just suck at math forever, so I might as well not study. Great. Now I sound like Yama. Wait a minute. Who are we? Who are we? Yama, big dummy, whining dummy, angsty dummy. Dummy that I haven't seen since the train accident. Yeah, I'm a bit worried. Is that pathetic? I feel like that's pathetic. After the words he said, I should be mad at him. How do you say things like that? How could he use that kind of weak spot against me? I assume this is Ryui. I still trust him, I guess. I can't seem to stop trusting him. Besides, if I'm honest, I said some terrible stuff too. I just want to talk it out. We haven't had an argument this bad since Miki left. I know everything will be fine if we can just talk it out. But why do I need to be the one to take the first step? Okay, I know I was insensitive, but doesn't Yama know that I just want what's best for him? He's never really been able to take care of himself. He's basically a big overgrown baby. A really attractive big overgrown baby. Is that your fetish, Ryui? That's weird. No. My cheeks still flush. Remembering how he suddenly wrapped his arms around me and shielded my eyes from seeing Shoji. Wow, okay Ryu, cut it out, that's just pathetic. Someone who I knew died right in front of me, and instead I'm just thinking about my crush. Is this what they mean by coping mechanism? Anyway, Yama baby Yama. Or is that why Yama got so upset? Because I keep thinking that he needs to be taken care of? I don't know. It's been so long since we've been so distant. I don't even know what to do. Is this what twins feel like when they're separated? Lost? Even if they technically have other friends, like certain meddlesome roommates whose names I won't mention, but may or may not be called Akira. But anyway, being apart is like walking without shoes, or doing homework with a pen instead of a pencil. It's not seriously bad, it's just weird. Not comfortable. Maybe I should just talk to him. And from the things we're going at this school, it's better to not live for regrets. but at the same time, can I really do it? Hey Ryu! A classmate pops in front of me with a cheery wave. I totally forgot her name, but I instinctively return her smile. Hey, what's up? We're heading to GFC, you game? My smile falters at GFC, but I wouldn't give for a trip to GFC with everyone there. Sorry, I think I'll pass. Aw, don't be a party pooper, come on. I really can't, but thanks for the invite. You're not gonna talk to Airi Hiraga, are you? What? Where did that come from? I don't know, well, you used to hang out with her. I glance in Airi's direction out of the corner of my eye. Even though school's technically ended, she's calmly sitting at her seat, munching a peach, nom nom nom. I used to just go up and talk to her, because of her quietness, how she was bullied, how she was labeled. It really reminded me of Yama. I still should reach out to her, I still should defend her, but it just hurts. Is that why you were there with me? Sticking around someone you know you're better than at everything? Probably made you feel really good about yourself. It's not true. It can't be. I wouldn't have done something like that, right? Didn't some philosopher once come up with a theory that every act someone did was only done to help themselves? That there's no such thing as a real good deed? Helping elderly people is just to make yourself feel better? Giving to the homeless is just to get attention? Loving family is just to repay them for raising you? But that in the end, everything is selfish. Selfless love doesn't exist. No, that can't be possible. He must have been just been a real moper. Really? Huh? Oh, sorry. I just remembered that I left my laundry in the washing machine. The lie passes smoothly from my lips. What's even scarier is that I don't feel a hint of guilt. Oh, I see. That happens to me all the time. I know, right? I should really set an alarm. Well, I guess we'll be going. See ya. Have a good time. The moment she exits the room, though, I instantly drop my smile. Oh great, now I'm a fake, just like the rest of them. You're looking a bit under the weather, what's up? Oh, it's Akira. Akira suddenly leaps from beneath my desk. I smile in relief. I think it's real this time. Or real this time. I always forget I'm narrating as Ryu, not as Yama, or as myself, I guess. Because usually when I talk as Yama, I just use my normal voice, so anyway. Hey Akira, should I ask why you're hiding under my desk? Well, I tell you, but then I'd have to kill you. So, drama club? I don't think so. Not today. She stares at me, not in a judging way, but definitely searching for answers. Remember what you promised? Yeah, but he's not even at school. That's exactly why you should come. We're doing confidence exercises. That way, after club, you can go right to his apartment. What, today? Well, no time like the present. I can't do that. Not in our current situation. Well, the situation won't change unless you make it, Riri. It's a universal fact. The law of, inertia? Precisely. An object in motion stays in motion with the same speed and the same direction unless acted upon by an unbalanced force. Currently, the object, that is your and Yama's relationship, is headed straight into a black hole, where it will be crushed into tiny bits. Or create a time-space paradox that unravels the very fabric of the universe. I point dramatically to the sky. She grins in satisfaction. Exactly, so you should try as soon as possible. I lower my hand. I'll try. I say this mainly to appease her. Honestly, I don't want anything to do with Yama. Not anymore. Even thinking about him hurts. Hurts to the point where I feel like I can barely breathe. Really? Well, I'll be okay. You'll look back on this one day and think, well, I was as silly as a goose in a soap opera. My throat feels sore. I want to believe her. Honest. Well, thanks, Agent Angle. Oh, it's nothing, Agent Goose. Both Silly Goose and Mother Goose. She squeezes my shoulder comfortingly. I'm going to the club, okay? Come when you can. Everyone misses you. Okay, have a great time. As always. And I guess, this is where Ryui, meets up with Yama and makes the situation uncomfortable in the drama club. you know? I don't know, is it me or... I don't know, maybe I'm just seeing things, but I feel like this strip of paper here on the right corner is different? I don't know, unless, again, maybe I'm just being super paranoid. It feels like this is a different color. Maybe not. Maybe I'm just seeing things. Anyway. She squeezes my shoulder again and disappears into the hallway. I should feel terrible for lying, but I can't bring myself to feel anything at all. I take out my bag and exit the school. It feels more like something out of habit than my own conscious choice. I actually don't come to my senses until I reach the school entrance. Why am I here? There's no reason for me to leave. I live on campus. I don't have any activities, I'm not gonna eat anywhere. Oh right, the idiots and I used to hang out here, usually before a trip to GFC. But there isn't anyone now. I turn back to school, but a sudden movement catches the corner of my eye. Huh? What was that? I head around the corner, but there's nothing except a trash bin. Weird. I might just be tired. I guess, yeah, who was that? A shadow? That was ominous. I think about heading back to my dorm to rest, but Akira's suggestion makes me hesitant. Now that she's supplied the idea of visiting Yama today, I can't get it out of my head. It's a terrible idea. He hates me. He doesn't want to see me. He's tired of me, right? But who's reminding that idiot to pay his utility bills on time? Who's dragging his sorry butt through school? Who's keeping him from collapsing out of exhaustion? Akira, why? Fine, I'll go. Just for a few seconds. Pop in, make sure that some nuclear disaster hasn't happened, pop out. Easy, right? I should stop asking rhetorical questions. They tend to give me the answers I don't want. Is this... Actually, it's kind of weird, so I guess this isn't the same... moment where they meet up in the drama club, so... Because I was thinking that we, like, went back in time for a bit. And we're taking the perspective of Ryui, but that maybe not? I'm a little confused, actually. She mentioned, like, confidence exercises, right? And that moment where Yama went into the drama club, they were doing battle improv, right? So I don't think it's the same time it's happened. I think it's after, most likely, that happened, you know? And I guess, yeah, Akira mentioned, yeah, you should like go to Yama's apartment and stuff, make up. And this is what Ryu's doing right now, I guess. I should stop asking rhetorical questions. They tend to give me the answers I don't want. What was that? Huh? I turn around, peering down the road. Just normal people, normal cars, normal houses. Nothing out of the ordinary. I might just be really tired. Okay, what's going on? I try to walk closer to the street and blend into the crowd, but I swear that there's this constant shadow in the edge of my sight. No matter what way I turn, I can't seem to see it. There, again! Uh-oh. I start to pick up the pace, weaving into more populated streets. Still there. Whatever's going on, I need to get out of here. Maybe I'm just being stupid, but I swear that the shadow's actually following me. I jog back to the school, only stopping for breath when everything seems safe. And no sign of that person, whoever they were. Good. Oh no, they shrunk. Oh, what was that? It looked like they were behind the school, but that's not possible, is it? The only entrance is the gate. How did they get in without seeing? Nani? The figure starts running straight at me. I don't even have time to think. I immediately sprint away, heading back to the main street. If anything can protect me, this crowd can. I grind to a halt somewhere in the mass of people gathered by the crosswalk. When I glance behind me, I still see the figure hanging around the edge of the buildings. I can't even get a distinct outline, but I swear that I see two glinting eyes in the shadows. And they seem to be looking right at me. I shudder, pressing myself as close to the crowd as possible. Thankfully, when the stoplight turns green, the figure doesn't follow. But it's a little strange. Why does that person seem so familiar? I come to a start with my head pounding terribly. Ah, this must be what it's like to have a hangover. Wait, oh, no, wait. Yeah, I see, it is changed, actually. When we were really, the paper here, the strip of paper, was a different color. Right now, I guess right now we're, Yama, so I come to a stop with my head pounding terribly. This must be what it's like to have a hangover. My eyes absently scan the surroundings out of habit. City, nighttime, sitting on a bench, cool breeze and clear sky, and weather that I would have enjoyed in different circumstances. That's right, I lapsed. I guess, yeah, after he found out that phone, and he remembered that his interaction with Yako and stuff. I draw out my phone, almost lazily, my brain still fuzzy as I check the time. 10 p.m. I've been out of it for how many hours? 14? Yeah, since morning. The entire day gone. No record of where I went or what I've been doing. I check my bank records on my phone. Nothing new. Photos, notes, calendar, nothing. Pockets? Doesn't look like anything's stolen. At least nothing super important. No messages and no calls, whether incoming or outgoing, unless they've been deleted. Is that it? Wait, something's in my jacket pocket. I pull out a slim phone that's cool and smooth against my palm. Alright, the troublesome phone of Harubunya. Harubunya, who was brutally murdered. Harubunya, who had the latest phone model. Harubunya, who, after being murdered, somehow had his latest phone model make its way into my apartment. If this doesn't raise more than a few questions, nothing will. I don't seem to care. Why don't I seem to care? Well, I guess it's not like I'm gonna get any answers by standing around here. I should head back to my apartment, take another look, see if I missed anything, now that I'm actually thinking clearly. Almost a little too clearly, actually. But what's this? As I draw nearer to my apartment complex, I notice a line of police cars surrounding the entrance gate, lights flaring and sirens blaring. In the center of their light stands none other than Shigure Inamoto, deep in conference with the police officer I recognize from my little trip in the forest. As per usual, Shigure is practically screaming her lungs out with every word. Are you not cognizant of the cognizant of the impetus by which I have come? Officer Kobayashi, the borough has contended that this student must be why can't I say these words? Must be incarcerated under suspicion of recent homicides. So I am aware. I harbored my own suspicions. And you contend that such an intellectually impaired ersatz for a humanoid sloth could possess the sophisticated genius necessary to orchestrate the mass murder of his associates? Wait, is she talking about me? Are they talking about me? If the police are here, if the police are talking about me, they're waiting to arrest me? You know him more than I do. What is your opinion on the matter? He was my errand boy. You claim to be good at reading people. Are you saying that you misread the suspect? A muscle in Shigure's jaw twitches. She stuffs her hands in her pockets and mutters something that I barely catch. I am not wrong. Then you agree that Yama Ishimoto is the prime suspect. What? Was she? Shigure, the legitimate detective, does she believe that I'm the killer? She wouldn't, right? The emptiness in my chest promptly dissipates, replaced by pounding fear. If even Shigure believes it, doesn't that mean that it's true? I agree. She agrees. I agree. The universe agrees. I try to step back into the shadows. My feet fumble and I clutch desperately at the wall, staring blankly before me. I'm glad we're on the same page. Now, we'll submit a request to Lemniscate to track his phone. The time such an action would take is too substantial. Barring the convict conveniently shares his location with us, the process can take up to 48 hours. Then we better get started. He motions to several officers standing by. They gather around him in a loose circle. Wordlessly, I turn on my heels and sprint away. Where to? I can't even say. My shoes seem to move automatically, even as my mind stands still. Corner here, turn here, stop here. Yeah, that's right. I'm not just an ordinary high school student who woke up from an overlong nap. I'm a murder suspect, a guilty conscience. Conscience. Someone who holds the phone of the murder victim in his hand after the victim's death. Shigure. She's not the type to lie to protect someone. I should have expected that answer from her. Then if I accept it, shouldn't I be turning myself in? I grind to a halt at the subway platform, sliding into the nearest bench. Alone in the crowd. Isn't that the expression? Hanging around in public is probably the worst place for me to be. As soon as they get hold of my picture, then my face will be broadcasted across the nation. Are they? Shigure. I wonder if she had her suspicions from the very beginning. And I wonder if she actually is talking about us? I mean, she mentioned errand boy, right? And that seems to fit us, you know? And I guess, yeah, did the officer mention our name? I don't remember if Shigure said our name directly. Oh, actually, I can check, right? Now look at the history. Then you agree that Yama Ishimoto is the prime suspect. Yeah, she said, yeah, she agreed to that. She didn't say our name directly, but she did confirm Kobayashi's question. I don't know. I guess, yeah, the police are after us. That's what it seems like. How unfortunate. Who knows? Maybe he's already posted on Patter. Maybe Misaki or Yahiko have already stumbled across it, and like Shigure, just like Shigure, turning one by one. Not a friend, not an errand boy, not an academy student, a murder convict. Why wouldn't they leave? Why wouldn't they all just go? Because you're not guilty. The voice is almost deafening in my head, resounding in every corner of my brain. I almost start at the sound. But what I want doesn't matter. The evidence says otherwise. Killings happening at night. The culprit, someone who knows the security procedures of the academy well. Someone who can fake sanity too well. What if, when I'm sleeping, my personality changes, but I get up, sneak across town? You know that's not true. Alright, that's enough. I close my eyes and quiet my thoughts, waiting for an image to materialize. Sure enough, a familiar figure steps onto the scene. What are you doing here? I'm here to bail you out, kid. You know, last time I checked, you're supposed to be keeping me sane, you know? Not putting voices in my head. Huh. I can only keep you sane if there's any sanity to keep, kid. Touché. You know? What you're feeling right now, that's dissociation. You're subconsciously alienating yourself from your own emotions due to anticipating future trauma. I know what dissociation is. I like it. What? It's a painkiller. What isn't there to like? Snap out of it, kid. You can only get to the bottom of this if you dedicate yourself to it 100%. You can't be afraid to feel. I hope you know how cheesy you sound right now. Will it make you feel? Feel what? Exasperation? You can't give up, kid. Not now. Why not? What's there to discover? That I'm a murderer? A fugitive from justice? Look, do you honestly believe that you're the murderer? Yes? Well, clearly you actually don't, or you wouldn't have dragged me here. You got my time for now, kid. Make it worth it. I start a little at the accuracy of this Ryota. I must have spent way too much time with him. Alright, here's the detective music, the focus time. The first time we did this was with Shigure, but now I guess we're trying to figure out if we are actually the killer.